Another season, another video where Gigguk gives you his brief takes about Summer Anime 2025. But he can only give your takes off of the 2x speed he watches. Here I am, Summer Anime 2025 seasonal anime warlord, self-proclaimed. I go into every goddamn series, insightful commentary analysis. I break this shit down, dive deep, and I'll give you my takes about every single anime that he talks about. Let's check it out.
Anime. What the hell, man? Of course, during one of the most busy periods of my life, you dropped one of the most stacked seasons in years. I mean,
Shoutouts to Bon. It should be coming up pretty soon, right? Gigguk's own anime project.
just look at all these shows. Normally, I try to blast through the sequels as quickly as possible, but it's kind of hard this time because, like, half of this chart is high-profile sequels.
True. There is so many series this like BBL Shota, Grand Blue, Doctor Stone, Dress Up Darling, Shield Hero. Reincarnate as a vending machine is fucking crazy that it got a second season. Dandadan, Kaiju, blah blah blah. There's so many.
Obviously, we've got the continuations of shows that didn't finish long ago. Dandadan, Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto Days, Doctor Stone. Dress Up Darling is back with the best girl in anime. That sentence was made with absolute zero bias. I don't know how they did it, but it looks like...
Is she the best girl in all of anime? Well, that's very subjective depending on your profile taste, but Marina's pretty based. In the most recent episode too, with the whole like festival stuff where she cross-dressed, you know, as Rei-sama and the aura farming that was happening, it felt like a sports anime, bro. Like Gojo saying, I will put her #1, and Marina saying, because of Gojo, I will get #1. Actual chills. More than just fan service and gooner content, actual development and self-growth.
works have upped the quality on it in the general animation of the season, and considering how much
Jesus.
love they put into certain scenes in season 1, this could be shaping up to become the Sistine Chapel of gooning.
It did start so strong in the fan service aspect. First episode of season 1, what is it? Childhood trauma, and then a gal that shows up and says, fuck everyone that judges you for what you enjoy. Live your life. Episode 2. So what is the distance between your nipples? Bro, she pulls up in a cheetah thong bikini, and then we're taking our measurements. That was some crazy shit. But again, sex sells. You want to like hook people in and then give them more about the show rather than just fan service.
With the Sistine Chapel of vibes. And gooning. The Bunny Girl Senpai characters are in freaking...
That's it for Cold Night? Are you serious? Diabolical. Cold Night Season 2 is absolutely one of the best animes happening this season. However, there is nobody watching it because I feel like Season 1 was very lackluster in how it engaged people because it was all about the vibes, the nighttime vibes, and we're just chilling. Later, you get introduced to the vampire roster, and then a detective uncle pulls in, and you're like, holy shit, this is getting epic. But by that point, the casuals have already left. It's so important. Momentum is an important concept. People really need to understand and how to like... I'm not talking about the hardcore fans. The hardcore fans are always going to be there, but hardcore fans is like 1 to 5% of the overall demographic. You need the masses. If your goal is to get your shows to be, you know, beloved and to, I guess, go quote unquote mainstream, you don't have to, but you need to hook people in. Call of Night Season 1 was not able to do that. But Season 2 right now, it is a fucking cinema. Dude, the director from Shaft Studios that worked in the Monogatari working on this is killing it. Detective Anko pulling in, give more mechanics about the whole vampire, their weaknesses in the fights. When she pulled up and started stabbing Akuna out of nowhere, holy shit, that was crazy. And then now it's like Call of the Mysteries. Like this show started off with just chill vibes, and now it is on another level of mysteries and theory crafting of who is Nazuna, who's her mom, who's her dad. Like the mysteries in this show, it is phenomenal. If you're not watching Season 2, you're missing out, but I get it. You have to watch like 6 to 8 episodes of pretty much quote unquote nothing happening, which I don't agree with. But again, you want the average person to watch this shit, you gotta hook them in.
And gooning. The Bunny Girl Senpai characters are in freaking university now. God, I've been asking forever for more anime characters to get older than high school age, and now I've waited so long, these characters have actually grown up beyond high school age.
All right.
Unlike the characters in Grand Blue, they're about as mature as I remember.
Yep.
After
Not really watching Bunny Girl Senpai due to... I've already talked to you about this, right, in the other videos. If you're a tourist here, don't worry about it. Grand Blue... Oh, this is going to be a hot take. This is going to be a nuclear take. A lot of people are going to get mad at this. But I always say the quiet part out loud. I think this is an overrated comedy. I think that the way that people talk about Grand Blue does not even come close to what the anime is. I think it's a pretty fun anime. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's like 7 to 7.5 out of 10. I think that this shit peaks in the first like couple episodes of season 1, and then it is just frat drinking dick jokes over and over again. And it's fun. It's enjoyable. But people treat this like the next coming of Jesus Christ in comedy anime. And I'm like, are you sure? I don't know. I'm laughing more at other animes that's not even trying to be funny compared to this. I like it when the friend group shows up. Yamamoto, shout out to Yamamoto, man. And they're all trying to sabotage each other. It's fun. But I just feel like the anime really falls flat in what the manga is trying to portray. And I think that a lot of people are getting the glaze from their experience with the manga, which is a fundamental different experience, which is also really interesting that a manga format, the way that you read at your own pace, has a better comedic experience than the animation. 727.5 right now so far. Thank you, Mystic Die, for the tier 1.
In Grand Blue, they're about as mature as I remember them. After 15 years, Panty and Stocking is somehow back as unhinged and insane as ever. Now,
a lot of people were really upset about the remake, weren't they? Or maybe that was a different anime. I don't know. I haven't watched this, the OG stuff. Maybe one day we can watch it in this channel.
For those of you that weren't around at the time, this ended on one of the biggest cliffhangers in anime ending history that left fans as confused as they were shocked.
What the fuck is bro wearing in the background? What the hell? I mean, garter belts and stockings, right?
Confused as they were shocked.
This is not a remake? Isn't there a remake of this happening? There is a remake of this happening, isn't there?
15 years, we wondered, what the hell was that plot twist? Where the hell did that come from?
What is the remake I'm thinking about? If this is no, there's a separate show. There's a, what is it? Panty and Stockings remake, and I remember there was a lot of controversy with that shit. It isn't. You guys, y'all are actually fucking retarded. There is one being made. I remember because they changed like the models of the main characters and people were really fucking upset about this shit. Like, no, there is.
I was lucky enough to attend the premiere of the first episode and meet the team, and on stage, the legendary director, Hiroyuki Imaishi himself, said, yeah, I didn't really put much thought into the original ending.
Okay. Based?
Bro.
That's it?
The vending machine isekai got
How the fuck did this get a second season? I don't know. Japan's built different. The fact that this also happened not immediately after season 1, but many, many years after season 1, proves that, again, when you get like a solo leveling announcement or like an Apothecary Diaries announcement, right? That like the next season is happening immediately as soon as the first season is done. That means they already planned that shit from the beginning. The fact that there was a gap proves that, like, bro, this, people want a new season. The ratings, I don't know. There's someone behind the scenes either loves this shit so much or Japan just loves generic isekai. This is not really a generic one though. It's a vending machine. I checked out like first 6 episodes of like season 1. Unfortunately, we had to drop it because no one was really watching it in YouTube and the algorithm, you know how that works. But I thought it was a good watch. I thought it was a fun watch. I thought the slice of life elements were fun. It was unique. The world building, the whole dungeons concept of this, I enjoyed it.
a sequel? Who the hell is funding this? And the Shoulder Boy isekai with thick thighs?
That was no surprise. This shit actually did numbers. I think a lot of people enjoyed this.
Who the hell is funding this? Actually, don't answer that question. Then we got the sequel films to 2 of the most popular anime IPs of modern time, Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man.
These 2 are going head to head in the, I don't know, in social media with the most unemployed of like, no, my movie trailer was better. No, my movie trailer was better.
Some of the most highly anticipated, high-profile films right next to, what is this?
Ban.
The Boundary of Adulthood? Oh.
August 24th. 2 more weeks, man. In about 13 days, roughly, as of the recording right now, it's coming out.
Oh, great. Another isekai. Whose bright idea was it to add yet
Wait, how long is this?
on The Boundary of
18 minutes? That's it? I thought this shit was gonna be a movie. Oh, my bad. It's even shorter than a standard episode. I thought this was gonna be like a movie, like an hour something. Oh, okay. How much could you really do in 18 minutes, though? I don't care if it's self-funded or not. Like, how much can you actually do in 18 minutes to, like, immerse yourself and tell a story? That's gonna be really hard. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Adulthood? Oh, great. Another isekai. Whose bright idea was it to add yet another isekai to the world of anime?
Gigguk did.
I'm pretty sure that's not even a real name. Yes, if you haven't heard, I'm making an anime.
How do you say his name? Garnt Manitafo? Manitafo?
I'm pretty sure that's not even a real name. Yes, if you haven't heard, I'm making an anime short film.
Yeah.
It's a real anime. See,
Hashtag
it's
ad.
on my anime list. That
Yeah.
means
It's a real anime.
guys. For anyone in Japan, I'm premiering it on the 24th of August at the Ikebukuro
I'll be
Grand
there.
Cinema Sunshine.
I'm not gonna be there, but I'll be reacting to it on YouTube.
Last few tickets are available at the link on screen or in the description, but I am also putting it out for free on YouTube next month on this channel. So
Oh, next month? It is what it is. All right, we'll have to wait more than 2 weeks.
keep an eye out for that when the date is finalized. Speaking from the heart for a bit though, this project has been a dream come true, and I hope that I've made something that even just a few of you can appreciate. This is a passion project completely funded by me, made with the help of so many talented people.
Solo
that I've met
project.
in my journey on YouTube. It might not be the most high profile or big budget anime this summer, but I can proudly say that at least it'll be the only isekai this season that will be showing off the fantastic work of my close mate Kevin Penk. Oh god damn it!
Kevin Penkins, bro. He's gonna be doing the soundtrack for it. If you don't know what Kevin Penkins, think Made in Abyss, think Tower of God, think, you know, all these. Shield Hero Season 1 too. The soundtrack, the vibes, the atmosphere, he just has a way of just setting you and getting you immersed into it, bro. That's why I'm so fucking pissed off as Tower of God Season 2, because the quality of the soundtrack does not even come close to the fucking animation at display. It's so cringe when I hear his godlike soundtrack and I just fucking see this garbage and I'm like, this is disrespectful. I think that it is so inspiring to see Gigguk to make his own anime project, right? This is a dream come true, and he himself has said that no matter how it does, the reception from the audience, he won't care, because the success is defined to him as a passion project that he himself made it, and as long as, you know, that gets put out there, that's all, man. That's really cool to see.
Rising of the Shield Hero!
Anyone watching this shit? I still think Tate no Yusha Season 1, minimum 8 out of 10. One of the best revenge isekai stories that I saw. Just straight up had a great conclusion. It should have ended there. That's my take. I think Rising of the Shield Hero, if it was a one and done like Takopi, just one isekai season, revenge done. Malty gets fucking claimed. She's a bitch now. Oh my god. I would have been like, yo, you want to watch a great isekai with a vengeance story? Go Shield Hero. And I still say that for season 1. It's just the season 2. The author himself came out and said, I apologize for the Spirit Tortoise arc. The author was like, yeah, this was dookie, bro. And the direction, the change in direction is so drastic. And then season 3 comes out. By the time, again, concept of momentum. It doesn't matter how good your future seasons of anime is. Once people stop watching, it's over. They do not come back. The hardcore fans will be there, but what's more important than hardcore fans? It is the masses. It is the average person. And they don't give a fuck enough to watch a bunch of mids. I sat down and watched season 2 and made content around it. It was so fucking... Ugh. Mid. Worse than mid. Mid means medium. Mid means average, I think, right? Mid doesn't mean bad. Season 2 was fucking trash, bro. I heard that season 4 is better now, but doubt?
Shield Hero!
Here we go. Huh? Hello. What? Oh, that thing's shaking its ass. I haven't seen this. Oh!
We need to start the season.
Jesus fucking Christ, that escalated. I haven't seen this one. Random slice of life anime?
Enough with. If you're like me and you're still suffering PTSD from the existence of Inukai's dog, this is the eye bleach that the therapist
Inukai's raccoon?
ordered. No more gooning, no more thirsting over small animals, just a warm, cozy show about a woman and her adopted...
Tanuki? Tanuki. This is the thing that people mistake Chopper as in One Piece, right? They constantly call him a Tanuki.
Yep, it's a pretty fucked up looking dog.
God damn, after that I feel something arising.
Looks cute.
And I think it's AFK Arena's newest collaboration with Solo Leveling, today's sponsor. Yes, that's right.
I think that Solo Leveling didn't rob Freerun for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. This is gonna be a rage bait take. And you need to be so open-minded to understand what I'm about to say right now. I'm gonna make a separate video in the future when I have fully fleshed out my thoughts. But here's the rough talking points that I will be going over. Both shows are very simple shows. Frieren is not a big brain show. You don't have to be a big brain show to be a better show though. So let's just, first of all, acknowledge that Solo Leveling and Frieren are both simple shows that appeals to wide audiences. If you want shit to go mainstream, you need to have the accessibility, the entry barrier to be low. I think the perfect show is when the entry to barrier is low, as in the floor of how much you can enjoy, but the ceiling is really high in how much you can get out of it if you want to be sweaty. So right now we've acknowledged Solo Leveling and Frieren are both simple shows. People really shit on Solo Leveling because of its premise. Action, unga bunga hype. And there is a culture and stereotype surrounding action shows. Like Hollywood, for example, constantly, like, if it's not some sort of avant-garde big brain show, it won't really get acknowledged for like the Grammys or whatever, right? Like another example is also comedy shows, right? Adam Sandler's films or any of these like simple slice of life, fun comedy stuff, they never really get put on to, you know, get awards because it just has a culture around it. They think that, oh, it's too simple, it's too easy. Nah, action, those kind of spectacles, rarely does it ever get acknowledged. I think that this is why people also in the anime culture, right? Whenever you have like battle shonens like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball, or the modern ones like My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and so on, they get shit on because of the type of demographic that it attracts. Young boys. That's what shonen means, by the way. Young boys. And because there's a lot of unemployed children who have the IQ digits in the two digits and are just crown eaters who basically can only watch Unga Bunga Slayer and My Caveman Academia, these type of shows get a really bad rep because of the type of audience it attracts, and that's why it's so big. These reasons are why Solo Leveling also gets shit on. Because it's action, because it's aura farming. Frieren doesn't get shit on though, because why? Action and sequences are there. However, Frieren talks more about these themes of existential crisis, right? It's about the passage of time and how you should basically appreciate the present, because if you don't, it's going to be gone. The episode starts out with Frieren's friend dying, Himmel, who had a one-sided love, and she only realizes at the end that, shit, maybe I should have done more to connect with these people. And then the rest of the season is her journeying with friends and alike who actually do have connections to her old party mates, and she gets to understand and reflect back on her past memories and appreciate what it was, right? We've established these things. And a lot of people appreciate Frieren more because of that theme. They think it's more mature. Here's what I think. I think that Solo Leveling, and we're talking about season 1 right now, not season 2, because the Crunchyroll Awards was only about season 1. I think that a theme about a man who has nothing, he is alone and is at the bottom of the ladder in this society, grinding his way to the top, sacrificing everything, being betrayed by people, but pulling up, earning that right to be powerful. It's so inspiring. It's so motivational. And it's hype to see Zero go to hero. And I believe that theme is a lot more relatable to most people, especially young men, than about an existential crisis about a fucking elf having like a midlife crisis. Who are you to determine that one theme is better than the other? At the end of the day, it's a popularity contest, and I think a lot more people can relate to Solo Leveling a lot more than Frieren. Like, honestly, do you think that the average person is gonna care about these fucking existential crises of a mature elf thinking about the passage of time? Or are they gonna think, wow, Sung Jin Woo, bro, I wanna be him. He's so cool. He used to be weak. He used to be ugly. He got a growth spurt. He gets bitches. He gets power. He earned that shit. Just think about that for a second. And when you think about this, you really start to understand that this argument of Frieren, Baron, and Solo Leveling comes down to the subject of the themes. Who are you to say that the existential crisis of Frieren themes is better, that it should be acknowledged more than the themes of Solo Leveling, where it's about a one man's determinations to get him out of hell and to earn something and to fucking get acknowledged? You know what I mean? For these reasons, I think that there is a compelling argument that solo leveling season 1 did not rob Frieren. I think that there's a lot of people, again, who don't even think this deep. Again, like, I know this take is gonna piss people off, but like, if you really think about what I'm saying, I'm just asking you, just fucking think for yourself rather than getting whipped up by fucking mass just appealing opinions online of retard just saying, oh, Frieren got robbed by solo leveling. Why though? Why did Frieren get robbed by solo leveling? Simply because solo leveling themes? Who are you to, again, say that solo leveling themes are immature, that it doesn't deserve it to Frieren? Just think about that for a second. And I know most people are too scared to use their brains and they're gonna get so fucking upset and they're gonna start writing essays. I don't give a fuck. I'm just asking you to stoke some fucking different ways of thinking. Just think, bro, instead of fucking going with what the popular narrative is. I think that what I'm saying is fucking crazy. Who else is gonna be fucking defending solo leveling, bro? Nobody. I really sat down and thought about it. I was like, why are people shitting on solo leveling than Frieren? First of all, again, stereotypes, right? You look at this shit, you realize, it's just action unga boonga. It's so immature, it's so fucking pointless. Wow, aura farming, wow, Sung Jin Moon. No. If you really sit down and break this shit apart like you did for Frieren, you can come up with a fucking take like me and realize, maybe there's like something more than what is the popular narrative.
Let's get back to summer 2025. Even though it's my job to keep up with what's going on in the world of anime, sometimes I get a reminder of just how completely out of touch I am with the adjacent manga community, because prior to now, I had not heard of the fragrant flower blooms with dignity.
One of the best rom-coms happening right now. Not even a rom-com, this is a rom-dram, right? But man, Mikado and his Sisters right now I think is right up there. Mikado and his Sisters with Fragrant Flowers, like, Mikado and his Sister fucking peak.
Despite it being one of the highest ranked new manga of recent times.
Yeah.
It's a new high profile romance anime. It's comfy. It's sweet. It's about a delinquent boy and a smart girl from rival schools falling for each other, Romeo and Juliet style, in a premise we've seen all throughout history. Now, real talk. I've gone on record saying that these modern high school romance comfort anime aren't generally my thing anymore.
Why is that? Because he's in a happy marriage and he wants some toxic netorare, bro. He straight up said that. I called it. I was like, people who have a happy, peaceful life are bored of that. They want some toxicity, bro. They want something to fucking shit up.
Finished Blue Box thinking that it just started to cook. Even my gold standard for the genre, The Dangers in My Heart, took
great
until
anime
season 2 for me to fully appreciate it. Which is to tell you guys that despite the critical acclaim, even I was surprised at how fast this show hooked me. Sometimes there is no secret formula. Sometimes it's just about telling a story and telling it really well with characters you want to root for. There's a soul to these.
Yeah, that is the secret formula. Execute the themes, right? There's nothing special going on in this anime. But I think that the main characters are so good. The characters are so good. Rintaro, for example, in these type of shows, usually you have a fucking loser, a pathetic loser that's done nothing with their life, is a shut-in, but is really attractive for no reason, so that you watching this can get appealed to it and think, oh, I'm him for real, bro. And then the most popular girl shows up out of nowhere and takes you out of your shell and basically saves you. This is the ultimate power fantasy. You can't even compare isekai harems with fucking elf slaves and lollies, bro. No. I believe that the rom-coms that has the main character's personality but fucking cardboard, again, right? Getting saved by the popular girl for no fucking reason is one of the most like common tropes, because obviously it's well marketable to the demographic they're trying to sell this show to. This anime, Rintaro, is totally different. A guy who has been shunned due to the way he looks, how tall he is, the blonde hair he has. There's actually something more about that with the mom now, with the flashback, because it seems like the mom basically and the son dyed their hair blonde together, as if kind of like owning their stereotypes and it becoming an armor. But he gave up on any sort of affection. He gave up on anything like that due to his trauma. In comes this girl who doesn't judge others for how they look, and it is such a pure and genuine relationship, and you're just cheering for each other the entire time. It's so fucking wholesome. It's great. In Cloverworks, the way that they are able to animate this, don't ever tell me that slice of life shows or shows that only just yaps needs limited animation. That may be true in comparison to like Demon Slayer or some battle show where you have to fucking crank it up to get that Sakuga moments, bro. But the character acting, the dramatic lighting, the hair movement, everything like that, it really elevates this show, right? And I think that this show, Cloverworks, fucking killing it.
These characters I can immediately feel with the way they react to situations, the dignified way they treat each other. They aren't just your tropey romance protagonists, and this is just a sweet story that warms the soul.
There's also some spice there. This isn't just sweet. The Saku and Subaru stuff is something that I actually look forward to more. It's like going back and forth of I'm getting a little bit of sweetness, but I'm kind of, it's too cheesy, bro. It's too corny. I want some fucking, some spice to it. In comes Saku and Subaru. I hope that doesn't get resolved for a long time. I need a little bit of drama, because if everything is just happy, then it's boring, right? So there needs to be just enough drama in the background to keep you enjoying the sweetness when it matters. It's like a palate cleanser.
This Cloverworks bringing some close to movie level productions, and I can understand why this had so much hype going into it.
Just remember, Cloverworks is pumping out 3 of this quality. I haven't checked that Bunny Girl Senpai, but I think that Dress Up Darling probably better than Fragrant Flowers in terms of production value. Am I crazy? I'm watching both right now. I think Dress Up Darling has more detail and fluidity. I think Fragrant Flowers is also really good too. Really good. And then I haven't seen Bunny Girl Senpai, but those 3, bro, they're pumping all 3 from one studio right now. Like there's some JC Staff shit, and they're delivering.
It remains to be seen if this can top my experience with The Dangers in My Heart, but at least for this season, there is no other romance anime that is even gonna come close.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I forgot that season 4 of this is happening right now. This has been happening since season 3. Every time Rent a Girlfriend's about to happen, I ask my community, guys, can we watch this? Guys, can we just pull and catch up to it? And every time it's a stark no. I think that me crashing out and mauling and ranting about Rent a Girlfriend will be peak content, right? Watching this by yourself is a totally different experience than watching it with a group of people and actively shitting on the anime together. But another year or another season of Rent a Girlfriend where I get to miss out on it. This shit's 2 cores apparently, right? This shit's like 2 cores, and it's like some sort of like Hawaiian vacation arc, and I don't know, a lot of people are fucking hyped up about it.
Yes! Yes!
This is it. This is where history's gonna be made. The world's about to witness the birth of the LeBron of cucks. Or what's that? You're more of a shonen trash kind of guy? Well,
Gachakuda!
boy, do I have the show for you.
I'm the trash!
Why is Rent a Girlfriend so appealing to a lot of people? I think it's because a lot of people see themselves in their main character. Straight up, I do think so. And I think that's not like a bad thing. It's just a thing that most people don't want to acknowledge, right? A lot of people are losers inside. Everyone's a loser once in a lifetime, right? Absolutely they are. I'm a loser too. But it's all about the acknowledgement and trying to be better, right? People want some spice. Again, it's also like, not only is there some sort of like subconscious relatability, even though you might hate that character, you might hate yourself, straight up. There's a lot of self-despising people that don't even know that they hate themselves, because again, these are subconscious things that, like, if you don't talk to like a therapist or someone that has like a fucking clinical psychology degree, you would never understand that. But like deep inside, a lot of people I think do relate to that character, and there's like a weird toxic, like abusive relationship with like, you want to watch it, you want to see this guy fucking fall down and fuck up his life, because you then realize that you're not alone in this path of fucking up your life. Anyways, aside from that, there's also the fucking spicy drama and, you know, that whole like aspect of, if your life is all vanilla and happy, then like you want something to fuck you up and get it up like that. But one of these days we'll watch Rent a Girlfriend. It's just, this is not our season either. Gachakuda, really good battle shonen. I love Gachakuda right now. Trash show, peak trash.
Trash man! I throw trash all over the ring!
Studio Bones is providing us with another shonen action series for the power system that revolves around literal garbage, with a protagonist that really
Rudo
loves trash, with the main plot.
Oh, shoutouts to Himari, bro. Was her name Himari actually? I forgot her name. It's the blue-haired demon from kind of boy-girl friendship like happen or whatever. Fuck that bitch, bro. God, she sucks. Like, this anime just, I can't believe we finished that. Like, we watched this but not Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, her fucking signature, oh, you want a kiss? Psych! Fuck you.
He loves trash, with the main plot line where they have to fight the king of trash, who is, oh my god, he's here! Welcome to the city, a place where the wealthy upper class
the
live in
overworld,
comfort, right
the
next
sphere,
to the slums, a place where the average Joe is just struggling to get by, separated by this massive wall. Damn.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot of shows have like this. Attack on Titan does that, right? It's all about like internment camps and basically like oppressing a demographic of people based on their like heritage and stuff like that. It's still compelling writing, right? It absolutely is.
I'm sure there's a metaphor in here somewhere. Society, innit? But even below them is a whole other world where people chuck all their useless garbage and outcasts. Landfills have gained sentience, turning into eldritch trash monsters, and the rung of society fight with inanimate objects that gain superpowers if they are treated with love and care. Damn. I'm sure there's a metaphor in here somewhere. Society, innit? I've said before that there's a very fine line into what can come off as edgy, and seeing an Angie shonen boy doing Angie shonen boy stuff, to some of you, this may come off as edgy.
That's Togenanki. I only watched one episode, but I gotta fucking put Togenanki down the fucking under the bus again. Togenanki, I think, is super edgy shit that it just had no connection to me in the first episode. Gachikuta, I was locked the fuck in. Why? I think it's good at the setting. The mystery surrounding the masked man, the whole concept of segregation and how they treat others simply based on your heritage, and then the mysterious pit underneath, right? All of this thing, I think the world building and the immersion that I was able to get due to the world building, I was sold immediately for Gachikuta. For Togenanki, it's really hard for me to get into first episode. A lot of people say good things about the manga, and I'm sure in the future episodes it's gonna deliver that. Unfortunately, my community just did not give a fuck about Togenanki, so I had to drop it. But at least we got Gachikuta and Kaiju 8.
But the whole aesthetics, the monster designs, the brutal setting, the
Togenanki is top 5 in Netflix. Togenanki is popular in Japan. See, why do I care about Japan's opinions, though? Those motherfuckers are eating up Tibet. Tibet was more than top 5 in Netflix. You think I give a fuck? Those motherfuckers be eating up Banished from the Healer is actually the strongest member of the party or whatever. Fucking Fruit Master, Nut Master. Like, I understand that they have very interesting opinions there too, but like, I don't give a fuck about what those people think.
Entire vibe of the world itself, to me, this is just metal as fuck, and I'm excited to see how far they take this beyond a boy literally too angry to die.
Woo!
Oh shit, they pissed off the wrong kid, man. He's coming for their ass. He's about to do something really cool. Just wait for it, wait for it.
And I'll kill you all.
Yeah, edgy.
You hear me?
Yep.
You're all dead.
I love Edge. How did he survive that, true? The fall damage. Shoutouts to Krivates. I think this is Krivates right now. How the fuck did he survive that fall damage?
Nah, bro, he's just aura farming, trust. Okay, you want peak aura? Well,
there's some other stuff happening with like, Engine, right? Engine was asked the question, why were you even in like no man's land? What are the odds of you being there when Ruto fell? And Engine just like really glosses over the question and says, I don't know. I think there's more to it than what we see. There's some mysteries there again. This show may be an edgy battle shonen, but I think that the premise, the world building, the mystery surrounding it is very interesting. The animation is beautiful. The characters are very stylish. And also, if you don't know, we checked out like the interview for Gachikuta stuff. The mangaka is working with a graffiti artist, and maybe you've seen the graffiti happen in the background art to give it like more style, the aesthetics, the vibes.
Oh, here you go. This guy is peak aura.
Krivates. Great
like
dark fantasy.
From Krivates. Now, this was a show that got on my radar because it's a fantasy anime with a name that isn't a full-blown paragraph. This series tells you from the get-go that it is absolutely pulling no punches. This is a gritty dark fantasy through and through.
That time I was sent to the Dark Lands to defeat the Dark Lord with my regalia, but it turns out we were weak and I turned into his slave. If this was a shitty isekai light novel title, that's what it would be, right? But nah, this is Krivates. What a refreshing take on old, like, 90s dark fantasy theme, you know, anime. The aesthetics, the vibes. It is dark. It is edgy. In, like, not like a cringe way. It gets gory, man. Absolutely recommend this anime.
That doesn't just skip over its world building because it doesn't assume you've seen a million copy-paste fantasy anime before, with production values that aren't to be scoffed at. Out of all fantasy anime, this one surprised me the most, so I'm putting it down as the dark horse this season.
Dark horse? Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are even talking about it, right? I think that it deserves more recognition. It's fantastic. Honestly, if you are tired of like isekai cringe shit and you want something fucking... Maybe this would appeal more to like the old heads, right? The people that says, the early 2000s was the golden era of anime. The 90s were the golden era of anime. Like, you probably would enjoy that shit. Now, Water Magician? Fuck the most recent episode that came out with the Goblin Stampede. That was garbage. But if we ignore that, one of the best looking animes this season. And for an isekai too. What the hell?
What else we got in the world of isekai and fantasy? I got reincarnated as a waterbender. Let's see what we can do. I'm sorry, I swear I can usually last longer than this. There's another socially awkward anime girl.
That's it? Damn. Damn, I wish you would talk more about these shows, man. I think Water Magician is also another very refreshing anime where the first couple episodes, it is Freeren-esque in terms of like enjoying the ambience, the vibes. Basically, nothing is happening. There is no mission. You get spawned here, there's no goal. The goddess doesn't tell you, go kill a demon king. It's like, nah, you can just chill. He has water magic, and the way that he applies water magic and thinks about it, it's really cool. It's not about learning spells. It's about him understanding like physics and like, you know, how like you can manipulate water, and it's very unique, especially when he fought against the Akuma, right? That episode came out of fucking nowhere. Was that episode 4? I forget, but there's an episode where the solar eclipse or like some sort of like, you know, yeah, eclipse happens and then the Akuma pulls up and you're fighting and it's just like fucking hype for no reason. And the first couple episodes, it really like, what is the word? It sets the open world exploration vibes really well. Have you ever played like Genshin Impact for the first time ever, right? I'm not talking about right now, but like, have you ever gone into like an open world game and you are just impressed at the scale and the depth of the world? You're just exploring. You have no idea what these monsters are. You're gonna go fight them. Maybe you're too strong, maybe you're too weak for it, right? And that feeling, that vibe is absolutely captured in the first couple episodes. And then you get into civilization because he's obviously lived out here for 20 something years and he becomes so fucking powerful. He doesn't even understand how powerful he is. I know that's a very common trope that leads to power fantasy, but honestly, like, even though we're fighting random beasts, the direction of this anime is so elite that like you care about these random fights. It's just, again, really unfortunate what happened with the most recent episode due to the whole outsourcing stuff and the production issues, but us excluding that, one of the best looking shows right now.
Isekai and fantasy. I got reincarnated as a waterbender. Let's see what you can do.
I'm sorry, I swear I can usually last longer than this.
There's another socially awkward anime girl who's so shy she
Bocchi the Witch
figured out Chantless casting and became one of the most powerful mages in the world. I have to try my hardest to not call this Bocchi the Witch, but with the amount
Bocchi the Witch
of socially awkward female protagonists nowadays, it's kind of just a given because that's right. All roads lead to her, baby.
Why do you think that these kind of characters come out often though? Why do you think Bocchi was so well done? Because it's all about relatability, right? As many as there are loser cuck guys out there that can relate to Rent-a-Girlfriend's, you know, main character or whatever other characters, there's also a lot of girls out there, right, that are shy and introverted and are feeling awkward, whatever. And when you have a character that you can relate to on like an emotional level that like, oh, I see myself in them, the more you're going to be engaged. And that's how all the marketing stuff works. And that's why you need to understand, again, how we go back to those fucking shitty ass rom-coms where the main character is just a fucking loser. Wet cardboard that gets saved by the most popular and hottest girls. It's the ultimate power fantasy. Don't forget that.
We got another guy kicked out of his party. So what does any man do when that happens in a fantasy world?
Restaurant.
That's right.
Buy a lolly slave.
Buy a slave and open up a restaurant.
Yeah. I was about to say. I'm forgetting a step here. Yeah, this is Isekai. That's right. That's right.
And do when that happens in a fantasy world. That's right. Buy a slave and open up a restaurant.
Yeah.
What is this? Delicious out.
What is that armor, bro?
Dungeon? Child labor in another world?
Yes.
Fucking
Nike.
Rising of the meal hero? Oh, looks like there's another Jose.
I enjoyed the first couple episodes. Unfortunately, this show, I feel like, lacks in, again, hooking the audience in, because the first couple episodes are all about introducing the roster of characters. And when you have these episodic episodes where you go through each character and it's hard for you to care about it, you need to focus on like a main plot and basically carry that momentum in. You scattered everything throughout the other episodes, it's fucking cooked. Nokotan had the same shit too. Nokotan also had the same stuff where you sell people on the premise of this brain rot anime and you deliver on that for the first maybe 1.5 episodes, and then the next couple episodes are just introducing new characters and slice of life bullshit that you don't care about, right? It's hard to do that. You need to have a main plot and you need to get people to like care about that and immerse themselves into it and go off of it and then slowly introduce characters. That's why I think this show failed for my channel, honestly. I mean, even from the beginning, it was like kind of weak, right? But definitely by the end, people just did not give a fuck about it. Yeah, the most recent episodes, like finally we're going into the plot with Vigo, right? Because Vigo, I don't think he was kicking out Dennis for like a specific reason, like this guy right over here. But if you're gonna get into the main plot 6 episodes deep, like everyone is already gone. What are you doing? And you can't expect people to stick around.
When that happens in a fantasy world. That's right. Buy a slave and open up a restaurant. What is
the cooking animation looked elite though. I enjoyed the cooking animation. There's a lot of sus fan service in this anime though. Like really sus. Like some really like degenerate like Blue Archive shit happening.
this? Delicious out of dungeon? Child labor in another world? Fucking rising of the meal hero? Oh, looks like there's another Josei romance in a fantasy world. I mean, it looks alright.
I was gonna check this out, but I decided not to. The trailer looked pretty interesting though. Look at the fucking title, bro. Betrothed to my sister's ex? Huh? You fucking your sister's ex?
just not sure I'm the target demographic.
私は姉にプロポーズした人の花嫁となる。
Damn!
Interested. There's another kingdom building.
But like, it's actually not toxic, right? I think like there's a good reason of why she's like marrying her older sister's betrothed, and it's not cheating. This one, 100% recommend to people who enjoy RTS games. StarCraft, Age of Empires, you know, stuff like that, Civilization. If you enjoy those kind of games, you'll enjoy this. And if you're an isekai fan, you'll enjoy this. This anime is probably one of the weakest in terms of animation. The production value is garbage. I will admit that, right? It is definitely one of the weakest looking animes. However, it's fascinating because the story carries. The direction of the story, they know what they're doing with it, so that even though animation is lackluster, the soundtrack, the background, you know, the voice acting, the plot, it gets you so immersed that like you don't really care that it looks bad.
Isekai. I know I've made jokes about some anime feeling like a Civ isekai, but it looks like we've just cut the bullshit now because the main character literally gets transported into a game of civilization. Oh, hey, this isn't an isekai.
Togenaki!
This wasn't an isekai. If Gachi Akuta wasn't enough to get your shonen fix, we got Token Anki.
Yeah.
And, well, if the former felt like what Soul Eater was for modern shonen, this shit feels like Blue Exorcist coded all the way, except
Oh yeah, people are calling this Red Exorcist, right?
we've got a power system around bloodbending. Now, we've seen America's take on bloodbending plenty of
Yeah, Gigguk really doesn't really like to talk about isekais, man. I've noticed that every isekai mentioned, he just immediately glosses over it, but focuses on these fucking Unga Bunga battle shonen shows.
times before, so I wonder how the Japanese are going to do it.
Red Exorcist!
Hold on a second, this doesn't seem right. Lord of Mysteries. It seems like
Lord of the Mysteries or Lord of Mysteries? One of the most controversial shows happening right now because of how difficult it is to understand it. It's just too big brain!
nowadays there's at least one Chinese animation that seems to be sneaking on these lists, and this season it's this one. This is a highly anticipated adaptation of one of the most beloved and acclaimed web novels to come out of there.
That's
And
right. Like China treats this like a national treasure. The author is heralded as like one of the most important people in China. Like it is like actually unreal the level of glaze that this series has in China. And I don't think people truly understand that.
Guys, it's an isekai. But we're not
It is.
isekaiing ourselves to the typical fantasy world. China has decided to isekai us to England? You're
Yeah.
fucking what?
Oi,
The production
bruv.
is up there as some of the best you can find this summer, and that's saying a lot with some of the other shows coming out. My only concern is that as someone coming into this completely blind, they seem to be blasting through this. This is a high concept, dense story with what feels like a bloody rich world, and the beginning throws you right at the deep end and expects you to keep up.
Yes, and I think it was still a mistake to do that. I constantly make the comparison between this anime and Apocalypse Bringer Minogra, the isekai that Gigguk glossed over. And the reason that I compare this one with Apocalypse Bringer Minogra is the fact that this anime was forced by Tencent, the producers, right? BCMA Studios is the ones making this anime, but Tencent basically forced down this contract that in order to appease the masses and to get that mainstream appeal, you must do event-based structuring, as in, let's rush 70-something chapters in the first 3 episodes to get hype action fights included. We need to jingle the keys and make sure that the Crayon Eaters are basically engaged and that they'll give the show a chance. But while doing that, it actually had the opposite effect. The Crayon Eaters are confused more than ever, and even though the animation is flashy, they just don't get it. And the intended audience, the slow burn enjoyers, are saying this does not capture the elements of Lord of the Mysteries that we envisioned when reading the web novel. So in trying to appease both audiences, you fucked up both. In order to get 2 rabbits, you missed both. And that is a problem. Absolutely, it is a problem. And the other thing about this is Apocalypse Bringer Minogra. And the reason that I bring up Apocalypse Bringer and Minogra, the other isekai, right, that we were talking about here for like a couple seconds or so, this anime did the exact opposite. It only cared about appealing to its intended audience. The first 3 or 4 episodes, nothing is happening in terms of keys jingling. It's just slow burn. But it gets you immersed into the world, and it hits that audience, and the viewership, it's fantastic. People love this show for what it is, and because it catered towards its intended audience that did not care about the fucking tourists, it's doing really well there. And it really makes you think, right? What would have happened if Lord of the Mysteries had a different base structure and tried to go for more of a slow burn in order to appease those, intended audience and not really care about the mainstream audience? I don't know. And after episode 3, the event-based structure and contract goes over. And then as episode 4 goes on, I think the pacing is way better. And I definitely am enjoying this a lot. But obviously, I care more about this and try really hard. The average person isn't sweaty enough to get everything, and therefore I think there's a lot of discourse in the community saying, oh, it's too big of a brain of a show, oh, it's too much this and that. It is what it is.
And expects you to keep up. It felt a little bit overwhelming. Hopefully things get a bit easier to follow the further this gets long, but this is one I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on. Oh hey, another anime about some girls making
toxic gay-ass anime. There's a yaoi anime, there's a yuri anime, right? I hope he talks about Summer Hikaru Died because that's one of the better animes happening this season. This anime, it's bullshit fun, and I cannot deny the production of this anime is elite. The story, the pacing, it's garbage in my opinion. It's spicy, it's nuclear drama, things are just popping off. But man, the quality of the anime, it's so good.
friends.
A few moments
They
later.
fucking literally, they jump off the rooftop.
Gay girls, isn't it? This season, we got another show that asks, can
This is real, by the way. They literally jump off the rooftop and land on a tree and they fall in love.
a girl-girl friendship survive? Probably not. Or when a
Krivates.
lonely pink-haired girl goes to a new school and tries to reinvent herself in an attempt to make new friends, and in the process unintentionally gets herself a harem of hot girls thirsting over her, even though all she wanted to do was just make some... Wait a minute. This is just botchy if she locked in. Quick shout out to friend of Crash Taste Sally Amaki, who
I hear that this anime is pretty good. We're not checking this one out though. Yeah, this Yuri anime, it's fun. The pacing is god awful though in my opinion. But like I kind of like it because it tries to rush and squeeze in the spicy stuff. Basically, like some of the episodes, a lot of shit happens because they're trying to rush to a moment where like the blonde girl's trying to eat out the pink-haired girl at her house, but the little sister walks in. You know what I mean? Like they try to squeeze that shit in to keep the people fucking locked in, and for those reasons, I'm like, you know what? Maybe the pacing ain't so bad after all.
botchy if she locked in. Quick shout out to friend of Trash Taste Sally Amaki, who landed her first lead role playing a British girl in Japan.
Oi,
Fun
bruv.
fact, she actually hit up Connor to give her a bit of coaching on how to do a British accent for this role. Let's see what Connor's been teaching her.
Oi, bruv! That's a fucking bottle of water in it! Lord of fucking Mysteries, yeah, you are beyond it, yeah?
Arcade, are you going to escort me then?
Just a bit of banter.
Hey, corporate wants you to make one of those TikTok dance routines for the opening. We need this to go viral. But, sir, I have no experience.
That is absolutely a thing. A lot of Granblue does that too this season, right? Basically, they want like when did that happen? I think MASH Season 2 is when I first noticed it going really viral with creepiness popping off, and MASH, everyone had their little dance and everyone on TikTok is trying to emulate the characters in the opening doing the dance, and in turn gets more and more viral, right?
Since choreographing TikTok dance. Just shut up and do it anyway. Maybe make them do something with their hands or something.
Yeah. Yo, what the fuck? Well, I thought his penis is about to collapse. This is a fucking hand job simulator, bro.
That's it? That's what you came up with? Can't you make it more interesting?
Oh!
Alright, good job. You know that old friend you can go years without seeing and then one day he meets up and it's like not a single day has passed?
Yeah. City the animation!
Yeah, that's Kyoto Animation.
KyoAni, I think, kills it with the production of this anime. But it was too quirky and random for my audience. I enjoyed this a lot. I enjoyed this more than Nokotan first episode. And I think comedy is a subjective thing, and sometimes not everyone can care about the slice of life crazy interactions. I really enjoyed the samurai guy, man. The aura farming samurai guy, it just... Why couldn't it do well on my channel, goddammit?
Every single time. Carrying on the soul of Nichijou, implanting chaos into the mundane with that impossibly high bar of Kyoto Animation quality, comes City the Animation. And god, this shit is just crack for my eyes.
It is.
I love everything about the way it looks. The colors, the energy, the art style.
Yeah.
I just want to serve this aesthetic up in a plate and just... Maybe I shouldn't have written that paragraph when I'm about to have lunch. Okay, what's next?
Gay! That's right. Fingering our bro. Not fingering, we're fisting our homies right now. Oh yeah, deeper, bro. Deeper, bro. Yeah. That's the spot, bro.
Stephen King, a decorated master of horror, once said, "There are 3 types of terror. The gross out, the sight of a severed head tumbling down a flight of stairs. The horror, the unnatural, spiders the size of bears, the dead waking up and walking around. And the last and worst one, terror, when you come home and notice everything you own has been taken away and replaced by an exact substitute."
Not Hikaru, are you? Yeah. Oh. That trailer,
Horror
man.
and anime is historically 2 things that don't always work well together, but we might just have the strongest candidate in a very long time.
I think that the horror depicted in the first episode of Hikaru, or the second one, where the Baba dies, remember her? The granny? That shit was fucking terrifying. And I think that this is more of a my fault thing than the show's fault. But due to the egregious amount of gay sexual innuendo happening, not really scary anymore to me. And again, I think that it's my brain rotten. But at what point do you blame my brain rot, or do you blame the fucking show? Because I'm not just making shit up. I'm not saying, haha, they're gay. I'm saying the show is showing you a fucking tube of white cream coming out and these characters talking about pre-cum. What do you want me to do? Genuinely, what do you want me to do? This kid is literally drowning his boyfriend in a bathtub and biting his fucking arm and getting kinky. What do you want me to do? And this is just few examples. So like, the gay is outweighing the horror and I can't take it seriously no more. And again, I blame myself for this, but I think that the show, it should stick to more of the horror elements rather than trying to fucking come up with these sexual innuendos and gay jokes over and over again.
A very, very long time. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I was so excited for a new horror anime and hyped it up, because actually, you know what, I've never done that before.
I liked Dark Gathering. It was creepy, scary, not really too scary. I don't know, there's very rarely is there any shows that I watch for anime and think, oh my god, this is so terrifying. But Dark Gathering was pretty good. And the, what's it called? The animes that Gigguk just mentioned, right? Uzumaki, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Because if there's one type of horror I could actually see working in anime form, it's this one. It's not the type of horror that jump scares you or tries to make you squeamish. It's the unsettling type. The one that slowly seeps in, chills you to the core.
The slow burn, man. It's eerie. Things are happening, but you don't really know, and it just fucking hits you out of nowhere later.
And follows you wherever you go. The atmosphere drags you in, never letting you get away from this constant feeling of unease. You're side by side with an eldritch horror, unsure where it's going to lead you.
Yeah.
It's pure Lovecraft. If Lovecraft was written in Pride Month. And the production values. Man,
it's great.
Cygames Pictures proving once...
Oh, absolutely. Cygames is a name to remember, bro. This studio is elite.
Again, they are one of the most exciting new studios out there, and I don't know who the director of this is, but this is some top tier directing and building up suspense and tension.
I mean, just look at this list, bro. Oshinoko, you know, the jellyfish can't swim at night, bro. Mushoku Tensei here listed as well. Mushoku Tensei, Jujutsu Kaisen. Dude, this is fucking insane resume.
They must have done some pretty damn good work in the past.
Yeah, I don't know why the industry's best came together for Eromanga Sensei, but they did.
Ah, I see. He is no stranger to eldritch horrors and anime. After that show, though, I feel like we can do with a little pick-me-up.
Sure. And I think Takopi is the best anime of summer 2025. To say a little bit more about Summer Hikaru Dai, there is a lot of sexual innuendos and gay themes happening, absolutely, right? The focus of the show is about Yoshiki, the black-haired guy, who's in love with the white-haired kid named, you know, Hikaru, and one day Hikaru goes to the monster and comes back, you know, goes to the mountain and comes back as someone else entirely different. And the show, in the most recent one too, I think had a very compelling theme of what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be someone? Is it the biological makeup, their cellular makeup, or is it the memories? If this person is the same biological makeup, but has no longer, but you know, also has the same memories, but it's like adopted memories, is it still the same person, right? There's a lot of like philosophical and deep themes happening beyond just the sexual innuendos. I would definitely recommend this anime. I just wish that it would focus more on the horror elements of making me just be terrified like it did in the first couple episodes, rather than, you know, just fingering each other in the locker rooms and going down on each other and coming inside my boyfriend after we had a heated argument about him cheating on him with another single mom because he went to get a parfait with. Anyways.
But this looks like a cute little show. I wonder what. Oh my god! What is this?
And you don't seem to
Okay, I gotta bring this up. I think I might make a separate video about this, but who remembers Triggy Senpai? Our favorite rage bait channel in YouTube. Basically, there's a lot of people who can't make good, compelling content on themselves because they have no charisma or personality, and they focusing on basically the popular shows and shitting on it because that's how they get their clicks. Let's read this out loud. Takopi's Original Sin is a perfect example of a show with good messaging with extremely bad execution. Score 6.5 out of 10. And I'm like, you got, come on, right? Come on. Like, of all the things that you could have like talked about, right? You could have basically, you can't say it has bad execution. This is an objective, just like fact that this anime, this studio that worked on this, one of the fucking best anime in terms of like executing the production value and the themes, talking about it, right? The ability to take a manga with child abuse and all these mature themes about revenge and what it means to be human and how humans have the ability for good and bad and they need good guidance, and to elevate these themes using animation, the production value, the choreography, the cinematography, the camera angles, the soundtracks, the voice acting, the direction. To generalize and to enhance that is executed to perfection. Like, you could say that you don't like the themes, right? That's a subjective thing. And anytime you want to hate on a show, you can basically shit on the themes because that's like a subjective thing. Not everyone needs to appreciate whatever different story themes and elements. But in terms of executing the production of those themes, but then you ask yourself, why would this channel say it? Then you realize that this channel is only capable of finding the most popular shows of a season and saying, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, trash, 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 trash. And you know why? Because they have no personality. They have no charisma. They have no actual content. All they can do is be hateful towards things that are popular in order to stoke controversy, and that's how they get their engagement. It's also funny that these channels also never show their face. These channels never, they're always anonymous faces because they can't handle the criticism. That's something that I noticed about these rage bait channels. See, at least I have the balls to put my face here and fucking talk about my hot takes about free run and solo leveling. But I noticed that rage bait channels, they never show their face. They're always anonymous, and they always like make remarks about other people's based on their looks and how they're a virgin, they can't fight, they're poor, broke, ugly. Like, bro, you don't even show your face, you pussy. Anyways.
Oh my god! What is this?
and you don't seem to understand.
You know you're in for a ride when a show hits you with not one, but two separate content warnings
Yes.
right from the get-go, and honestly,
2 back-to-back suicide warning is crazy.
maybe they didn't warn me hard enough because you won't find a show
Now, Grand Blue also had a warning like that, right? But it was more like alcohol. It's like drink, you know, drink responsibly.
harder to sit through this season than Takopi's Original Sin. This is not one for the faint of heart, and I'm not saying that as clickbait or as a challenge. Normally on YouTube, there are some anime where I have to be careful about what I show because some of the content is about to make the UK government check your ID. But this is one of the few examples where if I show you everything, YouTube is about to restrict it for an entirely different reason. This show is heavy, depicting
That's just also wrong in all accounts. Plenty of people have made Takopi content. I react to it. We don't get restricted for it. There are things that like so many people think like, oh, you get demonetized if you say the word rape or hentai. That's not how it works.
Some of the worst experiences a child can go through in a completely unfiltered lens. It'll hit you with a soul-crushing scene you find hard to stomach and just hold on it, challenging you to keep watching, keep somehow pressing on, that by the end of the episode you've got nothing left you can say except for just
wow.
Man. It's the kind of series where you have to switch off the TV and go outside to remind yourself that the world isn't as awful as what you just watched, which may leave some of you wondering why I would even recommend people watch this. And
because it stokes conversation. Shows like this, you watch and you ask yourself questions. You ever want to learn more about life and think about who you are and how the world exists, why the way it does? You watch shit like this, man. This is a once in a fucking decade type of show, in my opinion. And I don't think that I'm even like overglazing it right now. Once in a decade anime, maybe we would have to really sit down and look at all the other animes that came out. But I think that it's in competition to make that list. This anime genuinely makes you think about life because the way that the author tells the story is so unique. No spoilers, but basically, when you watch the first two or so episodes in this anime, you really hate this one character, man. You hate this one character for what they've done and you wish the absolute fucking worst upon them. And then you watch a little bit more. And then you start to understand, holy shit. It's not that one character that was problematic. This entire show, this entire characters are problematic because the lack of guidance and adults that exist in this anime. And the author's ability to make you constantly think and question about morals and ethics, about is it okay for, you to root for the death of a child, stuff like that. Of course not. But it really makes you get so angry, so emotional, so fucking into it that like you get caught up in all this. And I think that the way that the author portrayed this manga was amazing. And then the studio to elevate it again and show it in animation form is utterly ridiculous. The themes that it touches upon, again, you know how I talked about in the beginning with the solo leveling versus free run thing about how people will dismiss solo leveling immediately due to the premise of action and unga bunga hype? For the same reasons people have a bias towards those kind of shows, I think people also have a bias towards shows like Takopi, where the themes are so dark, it's so fucking real, and it's so messed up. And because of those themes, I think people will likely give it a higher rating than it might get. However, I think that the way that the show was executed to be able to deliver those themes in the storytelling and the direction of the anime, it was just something else, man. Like, ignore the themes. If you just look at the anime itself, it is a fucking visual spectacle. That one episode with Azuma and his brother, the episode where, he was basically just so like scared of what's gonna happen to him, am I gonna go to jail, and the brother reaches out. That entire episode felt like a fucking highlight reel, like a Sakuga fest. Every scene had an intent, so much deeper meaning and metaphors and symbolisms, using imagery and the direction, again, the camera angles, the perspective shots. God fucking damn, it was like movie, man.
That's because it might not make you feel good, but what it will make you feel is going to be incredibly powerful.
Yes.
This is the kind of media that only comes along once in a blue moon.
Yes.
So, yeah, give this one a watch if you want to support your local therapist.
I don't think I'll ever watch an anime, I mean that specific anime again. These are animes that I think I watch one and I'm done. I don't want to go through it again. It's too much. I'm a pussy, man. I can't stomach it. It's so fucking heavy. But I'm glad that I watched it. And this anime genuinely might be the best anime that I've reacted to on my channel. I never give an anime a 10 out of 10. I think a 10 out of 10 is a impossible standard that I set to standardize and compare the other animes, right? And I don't think there has been an anime that I think I want to rate higher than Takopi, bro. The really unique thing about Takopi 2 is the fact that this is only 6 episodes. And I think that rather than having drawn out multi-core seasons, sometimes all you need is a couple of chapters in the manga and for it to be delivered and executed like this in a short, concise way. So fucking impactful. It blows my mind that like 6 episodes, it's so short, but it was able to do so much. In those 6 episodes, I felt more and asked myself more about and maybe even learn more about life than countless many other animes where we just fucking eat it up as slop. Genuinely, this is cinema. This is one of the best animes that I've ever seen. And time will tell to see if this is a recency bias. I think a lot of people, when they watch shows that's so good, they rate it way higher than it should be. But if I were to reflect on this show a year from now on, maybe even 5 years, would I still think like this? We'll see. But genuinely, just So fucking good. And I hope the future of the anime industry, they'll realize that, like, you don't need long, drawn-out fucking seasons, man. Sometimes, and the mangakas as well, sometimes you just want to tell a really good story. Simple, concise. It's not simple. It's very, like, concise, efficient, and just hits the fucking themes. And then an anime studio can pick it up. 6 episodes. 3 episodes. Fuck it. It's great.
For your local therapist. In Shoujo Land, we've got the popular, good-looking guy from class falling for the plain, old-looking, ugly girl.
Wait a minute. This is the exact role reversal of those rom-coms that I talk about being the ultimate fan service.
We've seen this one before, but interestingly, the English title of this is April Showers Bring May Flowers.
What?
Which is nice. It sounds poetic. Then I
Okay.
had to double-take reading of the Japanese title, which I believe approximately translates to, "Hey, a bouquet for this ugly hoe!"
That's crazy. I wonder if the author is a girl or a guy. A bouquet of flowers for this ugly girl is insane.
Yo, Japan, chill. She's not even that
What the
ugly. Like,
fuck?
I'm pretty sure there are worse examples.
Woo! Ugly mug, baby! I'm gonna skip this part due to copyright reasons. It's really fucking annoying, but basically we had to drop this anime due to copyright issues. So fucking annoying, man. Basically the Ugly Mug anime, I think that it was unique in how you had like an ugly main character, fat ugly bastard, have power fantasy in this isekai world. But I think that the show really falls off after the first episode. Immediately, you're captivated by this ridiculous premise of a fat ugly bastard with godlike powers carrying epic fighter. Then the rest of the episodes are just talking about feelings. And it is pretty cool how different side characters, the world is small. And, you know, they're all connected one way or the other from their past lives. But people signed up for this show for the premise of Ugly Mug Epic Fighter, not Ugly Mug Epic Therapist. And the rest of the episodes are just fucking talking about feelings and resolving shit. And it is really like, not delivering on the aspects that most people checked out the first episode for, and the drastic fall off in viewership shows that, man.
Alright, well, I mean, seems pretty decent. It's a formula we've seen before, so you know what to expect when it comes to these kinds of things. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Bowling anime?
What is this? What the hell is going on? What?
It's not about a bowling anime?
They in feudal Japan? What? Why are they on an active
What?
battlefield? Oh god, they're using their bowling skills to survive in a nation war-torn area. I can't. I.
Oh shit. This is why people were telling me to check this out. I really thought it was gonna be a slice of life bowling anime. Like this is straight up like a this is the plot twist.
God, this is the stupidest thing I've seen all year. Girls' high school bowling club gets isekai to feudal Japan? Who the hell thought of this idea?
That's very unique. I don't know, just because it's unique doesn't mean it's gonna be good, but wow.
This is slander. Oh hey, more cute
No, it's Grant, not Garnt.
girls.
Oh, this one I hear is very problematic in the age gap there is. I don't know if this is the one that people were saying, but a lot of people were saying, holy shit, this is kind of sus.
I wonder what they're doing this time.
今度ガーネットを取りに行こうかと思ってるんだが
Oh, come on! Finally, we got an anime about rocks.
Was it this one or was it the cafeteria one actually? Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong anime, but there was another anime where like the age gap between the two love interests and they're both girls, you know, it was like, oh god.
And what better way to do that than some
Yeah, that's a different anime, not this one, not this one. The other one is the cafeteria one, right?
adorable anime girls collecting and finding rocks. And look, I have
Looks
no
good.
personal interest in rocks. But this show is goddamn beautiful. Coming from Studio Bind, it looks like once again they're moving outside of just the confines of
Let's go, Studio Bind. This looks gorgeous, man.
adapting Mushoku Tensei, and they said, screw it, I want to make a show about rocks.
Minerals.
And damn, if they're not putting all their
Does anyone even get those references, by the way? Every time, you know, he shows the Breaking Bad scenes, this is minerals. That's a very old joke. I do. Unk spotted, boomer spotted.
effort into this. I mean, the backgrounds, the animation, woo, the character designs. Are we sure this ain't a baking show? Because that is some premium cake right there. Look,
Jesus,
I might just be
it's a lot of
interested
ass.
in rocks.
Jesus, Maria.
No, because I gotta say, that's one attractive
Minerals.
minor.
Minerals.
You know what? Never
Miner? He is mining.
mind. Huh? Who's messaging me? Nothing. Let's just move on.
Minors with E.
I
Not
was just saying
O.
that this person looks pretty. You know, she looks pretty.
This minor looks pretty. What?
She likes rocks. She's a
Minor? Rock enjoyer.
Is both a consonant
Rock harvester. Mineral harvester.
and is too open. Relax your mouth and lips apart.
Minor. Lady who likes to mine rocks,
There
also
you go.
known as an M-I-N-E-R
E-R.
miner.
Whoa. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah.
Oh god, that's not what I meant.
A minor.
Hey, Kendrick.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month to Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Flabberwalkie, Jonathic
Is this all just... Hold up.
for helping to possible. Guys, as you know, I've had 2 mega projects that have kept me busy with the anime and the Honkai video as well. And once again, if you're still in Japan on the 24th of August, there are still some tickets left for the Ban premiere. You can go to Ban premiere.
It just adds right here. But yeah, I think that the Ban, anime is going to be amazing, hopefully. Whereas Nukitashi, if you talked about Nukitashi, he'd probably get banned, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Summer Anime 2025 in a nutshell. Maybe there's some other stuff that, we've missed covering it. But I think that this is a pretty good take on, like, just like a general glossing over the different animes. If there's any anime that I would absolutely recommend this season for sure, it's Takopi, right? It's got to be Takopi's Original Sin. Takopi's Original Sin, I think, is the best anime of 2025 so far. I don't think there's any, but I can't wait for Soul Leveling to basically quote-unquote rob Takopi during the next year's Crunchyroll Awards, so be ready for that. Is there anything else? In terms of the rom-com, I'm sad that he didn't talk about Mikadona Sisters, man. So there's another show called Mikadona Sisters, if you don't know about that. Absolutely this one, right? Mikadona Sisters, I think, is amazing. I think that you should absolutely check this out, and it's one of the other rom-coms that I really enjoy. And the premise of this may seem like, 3 mommy dommies, dominating this little boy, but it's not like those shows that I talk about where this weak guy gets, glazed by, hot girls and it's a power fantasy. No, it's nothing like that. Arknights is also a really good anime right now. If you're actually into the Arknights mobile game, again, YoStar Pictures does a fucking amazing job with each season of anime. Call the Night, it's a hard sell for people due to season 1, but I think it's one of the great animes happening. Secrets of Silent Witch, absolutely. What else is there? Kaiju A, it's alright. It's alright. Dress Up Darling, I think, is fantastic. Fragrant Flowers, absolutely. Summer Hikaru died. If there was more horror aspects, maybe I'd enjoy it more. Gachikura, I really enjoy. Apocalypse Spring and Minogra, again, if you're into the whole civilization aspect, it's not just like a random isekai where there's, all these tropey fantasies. I think that if you're a fan of like those type of games like StarCraft, Civ, and stuff like that, you really enjoy this RTS aspect that they try to really focus on in this show. Is there anything else? There's some shows down here in part of the Onas. This one was kind of funny for a bit, but we dropped it. Sakamoto Days, I'm actually shocked at how much I'm enjoying it right now. If you are thinking about watching Sakamoto Days, but you don't really know because of people talk about season 1, listen, ignore them. Just watch it, and like if you get over it, like, dude, season 2 right now is absolutely popping the fuck off. That's it from me. Please go check out Gigguk's video. Here's a link to the channel. With your help, this small channel of 3.63 million subscribers may one day hit 4 million. Go give it a like. Check out his other content. See you next time.